Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and today we are going to be looking at the first GoldDerby Oscar predictions from, critics, or really the experts, I should say, and users to see where people are generally thinking in terms of where Oscars next year are going to go. Now, there are a few differences between, something like this and, let's say, Award Expert. On GoldDerby, they don't open all of the categories. A lot of the text will come much later in the year. Plus, also, I feel like this is, going to be less like Oscar Expert directed, because obviously, Brother Bro runs Award Expert, so a lot of the times, you can sort of see where the predictions will shift in accordance with Oscar Expert videos, but here it's a little bit more generalized. Now, looking at Best Picture, I mean, obviously, Sinners is out front. And I will say, GoldDerby actually did also update their site, and I feel like everything looks kind of better. Now, I mean, granted, I'm using an extension to make it, dark mode, because I don't think GoldDerby even has a dark mode, but you can actually see the percentage a lot better. Now, I'm wondering what this is. Oh wait, this is combined. Let's take a look at what experts are saying right now, because this is definitely going to be further removed from the, Oscar Expert viewer base. Now, okay, wow. Sinners is at number 1 by a landslide at 100%. They're saying this is the most likely Best Picture nominee of them all. And sort of tied for second place and third place is Sentimental Value and Wicked for Good. Wicked for Good being at number 2 is I still have my doubts on Wicked for Good because of the reception to the second act of Wicked. But again, we'll have to see. Jay Kelly, again, makes sense. I was predicting this since day 1, I think day 1. One battle after another. This is where we definitely start to see the, more mixed predictions, because we go from Jay Kelly at 83.33% down to One Battle After Another with 58.33%. That's almost a completely divided. And I can see why, because, it's not going to do well at the box office. And I don't care what anybody says, that would absolutely hurt its Oscar chances if it's that early release of a film. Sure, West Side Story bombed, Nightmare Alley bombed, but they were late breaking contenders. One Battle After Another, if I'm not mistaken, is coming out either in September or October. That's not really all that great. So if you want to be an early contender, you gotta be a big box office hit, and I do think One Battle After Another is going to suffer from that. Begonia, I feel, that makes, honestly, I think that should be a little bit higher, but I wonder if people are just trying to think, oh, well, Kinds of Kindness didn't get in, but I don't know. Wait, so Deliver Me From Nowhere has a 75% chance, so really it should be higher. So I'm not exactly sure why it's at number 7, or then again, maybe it's also it hasn't updated that much, so yeah. Marty Supreme, I could see why people are predicting that, but again, I just don't think the Safdies, make very crowd-appealing films. And then Frankenstein. It's a remake of a monster horror movie. I really don't think it's going to make the cut. I really don't. I think it's going to be a few texts, and that's it. It might even miss cinematography. It might even do that. It might just be production design, costume design, and makeup. So, yeah. The Life of Chuck is still hanging in there at number 10, although it looks like it was just an accident, is still on, actually, yeah, it's on the rise, so really Accident should be number 10, not Life of Chuck, but again, so it's probably updating and stuff. Avatar Fire and Ash still hanging in there, or on the outskirts at number 12. I'm still of the belief that I will doubt a James Cameron movie getting into Best Picture when it happens, so yeah. After the Hunt, now this is interesting because next Best Picture actually has After the Hunt all the way up at number 1 for Best Picture, which I genuinely, even if this were to crack into the Best Picture 10, this is absolutely not the film that would, win Best Picture. No way. Absolutely no way. But the fact that it's at number 13 on GoldDerby is showing that people are not really that confident in it. Highest to lowest, I don't know. I think this is purely because of Spike Lee. I genuinely do not think this is going to happen at all. Like, because like the response to highest to lowest is not even all that great. Nowhere, it's not even as acclaimed as The Five Bloods, which is trying to be a contender. Hamnet, I could see why that's also very, very low on the list. F1 the movie, again, I feel like that's just like Top Gun people trying to predict it again, but it's like, nope, I don't think that's going to happen. House of Dynamite, I don't know. Especially the name House of Dynamite really made me go, okay, this is just a commercial content film, not really like Best Picture material. 28 years later, okay, that's weird. Like, why 28 years later? Who's predicting 28 years later? Actually, yeah, like, I'm wondering. Okay, yeah, it's not showing us, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. 28 years later is just definitely not Oscar material. Train Dreams, maybe. It does have adapted screenplay, so it does have that on its side. And, the adapted screenplay category is very weak, so that's not impossible. Black Bag, I think everyone's forgotten about that. The History of Sound, it's not really that well acclaimed. Nouvelle Vague, yeah. I'm kind of looking, and yeah, that seems to be about it from the actual predictions, because no one else is predicting anything. I'm surprised people are, sleeping on Ella McKay. I think that could be a contender. I mean, they did move it from like what? I think they moved it from like September or November to December. Like, that was pretty big. Let's see. Yeah, no one's doing Phoenician Scheme. Ooh, no one's doing Secret Agent, and no one's doing Rental Family. Although, to be fair, maybe it's going to take a while for them to update their predictions, because I've heard some whispering, or at least we've been seeing whisperings of, Rental Family, and they're saying, oh, it might actually win Best Picture. I'm very curious about that, but again, we'll have to see. Best Director, Ryan Coogler is really up front in, for best director for Sinners. This makes sense, although Joaquin Trier is a very close number 2. Although, I don't know, I feel like, how do I describe it? It's like, I feel like if Sinners is winning Best Picture, like, Ryan Coogler would have to come along with it, But at the same time, it's kind of weird, because I think either Ryan Coogler is going to win Best Director, or I think he's just not going to get nominated, which would again hurt the film's Best Picture chances. Like, I think everything really, really hinges on director here. Like, if Ryan Coogler can just keep winning, if he could just keep winning director, then I think he may have this in the bag. But yeah, Joaquin Trier, again, the fact that he's number 2 is fascinating. I think he could probably win the BAFTA. I think Joaquin Trier could win the BAFTA, but again, it is also very tough, because it's like, I do think the top 2 right now are Sinners and Sentimental Value, but it is kind of tough figuring out, where these two would do better. Like, and also because at the BAFTAs, I'm pretty sure Sentimental Value is going to win a bunch of BAFTAs and probably also Best Film. But at the same time, Sinners, I feel like, could do much better at like Critics' Choice and the Guilds. And then there's the Golden Globes. And I think that all depends on where the placement is. Like, is Sentimental Value going to be like, where, like, in terms of, comedy, musical, or drama, where is Sinners and Sentimental Value going to be? Because, like, what if Sentimental Value is drama and Sinners is musical comedy? Well, then we definitely have a race there, because I genuinely don't see what else. Like, if Sinners were in Best Picture, musical, or comedy, and you could maybe argue the musical part of it, because there are a lot of song sequences in the film. So if it were in musical or comedy, I feel like it would not have any competition. Because, like, I don't think Wicked for Good is going to be... Even if it were to get into Best Picture, I don't think it would be as strong as the first Wicked. Jay Kelly, I don't know if that would beat it. I mean, maybe you could also maybe argue Bugonia, but I don't know if that's going to be, like, as big as Poor Things was. So, yeah. Yorgo Lanthimos for Begonia. Again, that makes sense. Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. See, here's the thing. I could see Paul Thomas Anderson getting stuff like maybe Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, DGA. I think he could be pretty strong initially, but I feel like this is especially considering he's going more commercial this time. Like he's not like doing his more traditional Wes Anderson, you know, kind of thing, or at the very least, not like not really going full on artistic Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't even know how to describe it. Like Artur, I should say. Maybe like the more Artur Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't think he's going to go that route. And I think because he's going more commercial, I think that's going to turn off the director's branch, because they like seeing the more Artur stuff. Even with like Sinners, you could tell that's like an Artur vision. It's on a larger budget, but you can still see that. And it's also original. So that could hurt Paul Thomas Anderson. Jafar Panahi, It Was Just an Accident, is at number 5, despite the fact, although then again, like, okay, I was about to say, well, it's not even in the top 10, but let's face it, again, Accident is like at 50% and Life of Chuck is at 41%. They're going to switch eventually, so Accident is going to end up at number 10. So, yeah, like, practically speaking, yeah, he is in the top 5, and the film is still in Best Picture. Chloe Zhao for Hamnet is weird, because it's like, she's at number 6, even though Hamnet is not even is at number 15 for Best Picture. See, I don't get that. I really do feel like nowadays, when you have like 10 guaranteed nominees for Best Picture, you're not going to get nominated for director if your film's not coming along in picture. Like, that's just what happens. I even called it with the Zone of Interest. Like, everyone kept telling me, well, I mean, the Zone of Interest could get nominated for, you know, Best Director and miss Best Picture, but it's like, I don't know. The fact that you locked it down to 10 nominees, it's like, it can still get into Best Picture now. Because, like, look at the previous examples. Another Round, I think, is a good assumption to make in terms of what would have made the lineup of 10 in the pandemic year. Because, like, you know, One Night in Miami didn't seem like it was really going to do it. At least not in hindsight. And even then, you know, when it came to, like, you know, the BAFTAs, they not only nominated Thomas Vinterberg for director, but they also nominated Another Round for screenplay and actor. Now, granted, lead actor was juried, but screenplay wasn't. So it really makes me think that, you know, Another Round could have been number 10. And also you have Foxcatcher, where you look at the nominees, and it's like, yeah, why wouldn't, you know, Foxcatcher be number 9? Because, like, hell, finding the number 10 is hard enough at least, but number 9 is easy, considering Foxcatcher not only got nominated for the Golden Globe drama picture category, but at the Oscars it got director, original screenplay, lead actor, supporting actor. It's like, that's 4 above the line categories. It's like, it's gotta get into Best Picture in a lineup of 10, and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, I do feel like when you expand the category to 10 films, the Best Picture category to 10 films, and lock it down to that, then the director nominees are just going to get nominated for Best Picture, even if they have to squeak their way through. Noah Baumbach for Jake Kelly is interesting. He could happen. I mean, Marriage Story didn't, but there is a chance that maybe Jake Kelly could be stronger. I mean, Adam Sandler may very well win supporting actor, but I don't know. You know, you could also say that Laura Dern, you know, won supporting actress, and, you know, Noah Baumbach still didn't get nominated for Best Director. But you can maybe also argue that Marriage Story was his first Best Picture nominee, and they wanted to basically let Noah Baumbach, you know, sit on it a bit and go, okay, we'll nominate you later. Sort of like how they did that with, like, Christopher Nolan with Inception or something like that. Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, that depends all if the film is in Best Picture, but I don't know. I mean, there does seem, like, from what the images are looking at, it's like, it could be a pretty strong, you know, production overall, but again, like, Josh Safdie hasn't really been nominated before, and he's not, and I don't know if he'd be considered an auteur director, you know, like Jafar Panahi or, you know, Justine Triet or Jonathan Glazer. I mean, granted, those are the international directors. But, you know, even last year with, you know, James Mangold, like, he had been around in Hollywood for a very long time. So I just don't know. John M. Chu for Wicked for Good. I mean, I really can only see this happening if Wicked for Good is winning Best Picture. Because again, like there is still the blockbuster bias against films running for director. Again, time after time again, we've seen this happen where big blockbusters miss out. Inception got snubbed out of Best Director. The Martian got snubbed out of Best Director. And granted, it's been a more slow, more recent thing, but it started really escalating with, what was it, like movies like Dune, and then Avatar, The Way of Water, All Quiet on the Western Front, Barbie, what was it, in Dune Part 2, and then the first Wicked. It's like, this is a thing that just generally seems to happen, where they skip over the big blockbuster directors and go for the more smaller auteur filmmakers. Even though I would argue Dune is absolutely auteur, but it's just on a mega budget, but oh well. So there is that. I do feel like there is still that blockbuster bias. And again, also, Wicked for Good is a sequel, and those tend to do even worse with nominations. Guillermo del Toro and Frankenstein, I think even if Frankenstein were in Best Picture, he would not get in, because again, it's a remake. Catherine Bigelow for House of Dynamite, I don't think so. Luca Guadagnino for After the Hunt, I don't know. Danny Boyle, wait, someone's actually trying to predict Danny Boyle for 28 years later? What? And James Cameron's what? James Cameron is this low? I mean, James Cameron is at least going to get Critics' Choice. I mean, I don't know, maybe Golden Globes, but the Golden Globes have also very much changed since The Way of Water, so I don't know. Spike Lee, no, and then, yeah. Trying to think of who else is missing that I feel like people are like, oh yeah, James L. Brooks, again, for Jay Kelly. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if he should be that low. Bill Condon for Kiss the Spider-Woman, Mike Flanagan for The Life of Chuck. It's weird. Like The Life of Chuck is somewhat strong enough for Best Picture to be at 41, but no one is predicting him for director. I mean, I would argue that if The Life of Chuck were in Best Picture, which I don't know if it's going to be now because it bombed at the box office, but if it were, I do feel like Mike Flanagan would get nominated for Best Director. Let's see, Jay Roach for The Roses. Wait, no Scott Cooper for Deliver Me From Nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's got to be in the top. If you have, I always say this: if you have your top 10 for Best Picture, you gotta have all the director nominees be from that top 10 somewhere. I mean, even if it's like lower on the list, you can't doubt the Best Picture nomination. Like, people tried telling me, oh, Christian, A Complete Unknown will never get into Best Picture. Like, there's no point in putting James Mangold in the list for director because I'm that confident he doesn't get in. And then sure enough, he happened. It's like, nope. If you have Best Picture nominees, if you have your Best Picture 10, somewhere in your director list, you gotta put in all 10 of those films. Because, like, you can't underestimate it. You cannot underestimate the Best Picture correlation thing. I mean, God, even Lenny Abrahamson for Room managed to get in with 0 precursors. So, yeah, Clint Bentley for Train Dreams. All right. Yeah. Hikari for Rental Family. I'm not gonna lie, if this film is very, very big, I could maybe see Hikari getting in, especially since we're not really looking at a very strong year for, like, women directors. I mean, because, like, I don't think House of Dynamite is going to be a thing. I don't really know about Hamnet. Something feels off about Hamnet. So really, I guess you could say that the biggest chance you have at a female director this year is Rental Family, probably. Best Actress, most people are predicting Cynthia Erivo to win. Again, I don't know. Again, it's that sequel thing. I just don't know if a sequel is going to perform that well. Renate Reinsvold for Sentimental Value, yeah, that sounds very likely. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, I don't know. Because that's the thing, you also got, again, when it comes to the acting categories, you got to look at Best Picture, and I just don't know. But then again, there's not a whole lot of lead actress contenders in Best Picture right now, so who knows. Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love, I think that's definitely a film that's just going to, like, it's going to get in, like, Jennifer Lawrence is going to get a nomination at the Golden Globes, maybe Critics' Choice, and then she's just going to fall off right there, because Daimai Love is not appealing to general audiences, and again, it's nowhere near in Best Picture, so that's going to hurt her bad. And Julia Roberts for After the Hunt, that's weird, because, like, initially, like, everyone, I think on Award Expert, maybe, I'm not exactly sure. Let me take a look at Award Expert right here, because I'm pretty sure most people, oh wait, no, Julia Roberts on Award Expert is at number 2, and Renate Reinsville's at number 1. So that's interesting. And yet Julia Roberts is at number 5 here. So, yeah, wait, Jennifer Lopez for Kiss the Spider Woman. Wait, I thought she was a supporting actress. Wait, hold on a second. Could they actually try to campaign Jennifer Lopez for lead actress rather than supporting actress? That is fascinating. What do they know? Emma Stone for Begonia. That's another one where, like, that, she could go either lead or supporting, I think. So maybe. Emma Mackey for Ella McKay. I think I actually do have Emma Mackey in my 5 for lead actress, because I don't want to because again, I do feel like Ella McKay could be somewhat close to Best Picture, and I don't really want to doubt that. Emily Blunt for The Smashing Machine. Again, one would think she'd be in supporting actress. So again, I must ask, do they know something? Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Tessa Thompson for Hedda. Kate Blanchett for Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Dakota Johnson for Materialists. And that's about it. And yeah. Best Actor, we have Timothée Chalamet in the lead, although he's actually tied with Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. All right. See, I do think Springsteen is closer to Best Picture than Marty Supreme, so I actually would put Jeremy Allen White at number 1 for now, but we'll have to see. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners is at number 2. Well, technically number 3, because again, Allen White and Timothée Chalamet they have the exact same percentage. This is fascinating. And I actually do think people could be sleeping on Michael B. Jordan. Because I feel like Sinners, sort of like how Everything Everywhere All at Once, that was a film where it's like, the face of that film was, Michelle Yeoh. And it's like, how are you not going to honor her? I feel like the same thing is going to be there for Sinners, where Michael B. Jordan is literally playing 2 characters. And, he's in the Best Picture frontrunner as of now. So really, I think as long as Sinners is frontrunning in Best Picture, I think Michael B. Jordan just comes along for the ride. Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. I think he could probably get snubbed. I don't know. George Clooney for Jay Kelly. I've heard that he's actually really, really good in this movie. So, wait. Oh my God. Wait, where's Daniel Day-Lewis? Colin Farrell, Dwayne Johnson, Jesse Plemons. Where is Daniel Day-Lewis? Oh my God. No expert is predicting Daniel Day-Lewis? That's insane. No experts are going for him. And only 6 points. Okay, maybe I want to put... Okay, maybe I should, put my odds on Daniel Day-Lewis, because I've heard he's, like, or at least, Matt Neglia said that that Daniel Day-Lewis is not just doing this for his son, that apparently he's legitimately really, really amazing in it. So, and Tom Hiddleston for lead actor, even though from what I've heard, he's not in the movie all that much. Like, it's so weird. Denzel Washington for Highest to Lowest. No. I'm trying to think of who else is missing. Benicio del Toro for The Phoenician Scheme. Trying to look up. We're trying to see. Oh yeah, Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. He might be up and coming. Like, he could be on the rise. Who knows? Actually, let me look up. Let me look over here. Only 4.4% of users are predicting him. Again, those are some good odds. Okay, so Ariana Grande is at number 1 for Wicked for Good, and Elle Fanning is at number 2 for Sentimental Value. Alright, again, I feel a little bit more confident in Sentimental Value than Wicked for Good, but yeah. Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. From what I've heard, she's not really in the movie all that much, and doesn't really do a whole lot, so I don't know. Whoa. Okay, actually, wait. Ingna Ib's daughter Liliaz, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Really, she should be at like number 3, considering she's at 50%. That's very strong, considering not many Americans know who she is. But also, Wunmi Mosaku is this high? Oh wait, hold on. Laura Dern for Jay Kelly, Ayo Edebiri. Okay, so Laura Dern's above Wunmi Mosaku, and Ayo Edebiri is tied with Wunmi Mosaku. So, actually, yeah, I'd still maybe say, like, honestly, yeah, considering Sinners is that much stronger in Best Picture, like, I could, like, the fact, but still, I think, yeah, so it seems like Laura Dern would be number 3, and and Wunmi Mosaku and Ayo Edebiri are tied at number 5. Still, that's very, very good. I mean, the fact that Wunmi Mosaku is that strong right now, I'm like, huh. And I've been thinking maybe she could happen. She does have a lot going on for her in that film. So I can maybe see that happening. And I don't know. I do think there is still also a possibility that Haley Steinfeld could come along too. Sort of Jamie Lee Curtising the whole thing. We'll have to see. Let's see. Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Lopez. So Jennifer Lopez is in supporting actress, but some experts are saying she is going to be lead, which is interesting. Glenn Close for Wake Up Dead Man. I think Glenn Close is probably gonna be, could maybe be like a Critics' Choice thing going on, but I don't think she's gonna be nominated for the Oscar. Tilda Swinton for The Ballad of a Small Player. Carrie Condon. Okay, Carrie Condon. Like, I don't know. F1 just seems like a non-starter to me. Let's see. Who else is, missing? All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis for Ella McKay. I mean, look, if Ella McKay is strong, don't doubt Jamie Lee Curtis. She could get a few precursors. Who else? Emily Mortimer. Wait, Emily Mortimer for Jay Kelly is interesting. Oh wait, yeah, I have Riley Q or Kyo for Jay Kelly. Where's she? Also, no one's predicting Haley Steinfeld again. Maybe you want to, jump on those odds. Who knows? Mari Yamamoto for Rental Family. Yeah, wait. Oh, wait. Whoa. Is Riley Q just not in here? That's interesting. Because, like, didn't she, like, co-write Jay Kelly? So I'm kind of wondering, is she, like, a big part in the film? So I don't know. It's kind of weird that she's just not in the list at all. One bit. Huh. Stellan Skarsgård is number 1 for sentimental value. I guess it does make sense. Like, sentimental value is the highest film up here, or maybe other than Sinners, but we'll see. I mean, there is also Sinners, but I really, really don't think Delroy Lindo's happening. He just does not do enough in the film. I'm curious to see how strong Miles Caton is in the odds. Jeremy Strong for Deliver Me From Nowhere, Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. I don't know. Even when I saw Superman, I didn't really think Sean Penn stood out much in the trailer, so I don't really know where people are coming from, where they're saying, oh yeah, he's the standout. I mean, then again, they've seen the movie. I haven't, but still. Where is Miles Caton? Good Lord. Miles Caton is at number 10. I don't know. I especially think it's kind of telling that at the, the Astra Mid-Season Awards, Miles Caton won Supporting Actor and Delroy Lindo did not get nominated. I don't know. I do have a feeling that people are more passionate over Miles Caton because he actually does stuff in the movie. Andrew Garfield for After the Hunt, Diego Luna for Kiss of the Spider-Woman. If this film was in Best Picture, I think you're going to see, like, Diego Luna and Jennifer Lopez in. Mark Hamill for The Life of Chuck. I think that could happen if the film was stronger in Best Picture, but right now, I don't know about that. Stephen Graham for Deliver Me From Nowhere. I genuinely don't know, like, between Stephen Graham and Jeremy Strong, who is the more likely, supporting actor contender. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if it could be Stephen Graham, but we'll have to see. Josh O'Connor for The History of Sound. That movie's a non-starter. Damson Idris. Oh, that's just not happening at all. Yeah, I'm kind of looking around. Like, who else is missing? Yeah, nothing is really standing out. Really, I mean, let's see. Benicio del Toro, maybe. Oh wow, for people that are like for this site that's thinking like Wicked for Good's going to be really big, none of them are predicting Jonathan Bailey for supporting actor. Like, I don't know. I feel like, considering he got in at the SAG Awards, it's like, if you think Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are winning lead actress and supporting actress, then Jonathan Bailey's got to get in for supporting actor. That just makes the most sense to me. Akira Emoto is not in the lineup for Rental Family, so I'm wondering how, that's going to change once word gets out about Rental Family more. Adapted screenplay. This is interesting because this category is absolutely dead. It's like there's no competition here whatsoever. Begonia and One Battle After Another are tied at number 1, really. And it's like, yeah, I still feel like Begonia is stronger. Wake Up Dead Man, that's just a given. I mean, Rian Johnson's not going to win, but Wake Up Dead Man's going to get a nomination. That's easy. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. I mean, I have it in Best Picture, so why not? Hamnet is interesting. I don't know. Frankenstein, I think, could get like a Writers Guild nomination. Life of Chuck, maybe. Train Dreams, I think, is looking like it could be a thing, actually. Wicked for Good. I don't know. It's still Wicked for Good. Like, Wicked is still like, a stage musical adaptation, and they don't nominate those. Like, I know some people will say, well, it's just the strength of the film. It's like, no, I think there's a reason why, despite like Critics' Choice nominating stage musicals for adapted screenplay a lot, it doesn't happen at the last time it happened at the Oscars was Chicago, and a lot of people will attribute that to the fact that it won Best Picture, but I don't think so. Look at what kind of adaptation it is, because Chicago was not just like a regular musical, stage musical adaptation. It literally changed the format of the stage show to fit a film medium in a way that you couldn't do on stage. The fact that it would bounce back and forth between the real world and the musical world, and it would just keep doing that. It's like, that is in the screenplay. That's something you have to write into the screenplay. And I do think that's why it got in. Which, granted, I think that's also why it got into Best Picture, because it was something so new and we haven't really seen anything like that before. But, like, I don't think we can attribute Chicago getting adapted screenplay to just because it was very strong in Best Picture. It literally was so transformative from what the stage show was and made it literally its own thing. So, which again is why we haven't seen, Les Miserables get in there. We didn't see West Side Story get in. And yeah, Emilia Perez got in, but that's also not a stage musical adaptation. That is, I mean, it was based on a book, but the musical aspect of it all was completely original, so you could still do. And same thing with La La Land. That was an original, that was a wholly original musical. So, because, again, when you're with most stage musicals, they usually just stick to the script line by line, and there's not really much adaptation to be had there. And when there's not much adaptation to be had there, then it's like, then to the writer's branch, it's like, well, it's really kind of copy and paste, so what's the point in nominating it? And that's also why a lot of films that are very much word for word the stage adaptations of things manage to get snubbed out of the screenplay categories, like The Whale, like The Tragedy of Macbeth. I'm trying to think of what else. So yeah, Ballad of a Small Player, I don't know, especially hearing what kind of movie it is. Like, it's a sort of like a ghost thriller. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna happen. History of Sound, Highest to Lowest. So yeah, it's getting kind of hard, because it's like, what is there? Because like, adapted screenplay is not very strong at all. So yeah, original screenplay. All right, Sinners and Sentimental Value tied at number 1 with 100%. And this is interesting. I do feel like original screenplay will dictate who is winning Best Picture this year. Because, probably at least. Because, like, I don't know. I don't like, It is weird, because I don't think it's going to be an easy path to Best Picture. I don't think it's going to be like an Oppenheimer year or a Nomadland year. I think it's going to be chaos for a while, and then the guilds will figure it out. And knowing that, well, here's the thing. Like, if it's going to be chaos, then usually or at least when it's initial chaos, when it's the case of like initial chaos and then the guilds figure it out, there's usually a big split, or not really a split, but like, no, there's not a split usually. Because with picture, director, and screenplay, if the season is chaos and then the guilds figure it out, usually the Oscars put all their eggs in one basket. You know, this was the case for The King's Speech. You know, The King's Speech ended up winning Picture, Director, and an Original Screenplay. You also have, what was it? You also have Parasite, Picture, Director, Screenplay, because again, it was chaotic for a while, and then later on, the guilds kind of figured it out. Or maybe it wasn't even the guilds figuring it out, because even the guilds, like, didn't really predict, you know, Bong Joon-ho winning director. Like, that was insane. But still, it's like, it was chaos, but then at the Oscars, they collectively went, okay, we're just going to throw all our eggs in the Parasite basket. And then, you know, same thing happened with Everything Everywhere All at Once and Anora. Those movies, none of these films had an initial clear path to Best Picture. And when you don't have an initial clear path to Best Picture, that is when everyone just throws all their eggs in one basket. Whereas in other years, you know, you look at, you know, Oppenheimer, well, everyone was going for Christopher Nolan in director, so they felt, okay, we can split from adapted screenplay away from Oppenheimer and give it to someone else, because we know Christopher Nolan's winning director. And same thing with Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. You know, it was very clear that she was going to sweep director, so they felt like that they didn't need to, you know, give, you know, Nomadland best adapted screenplay. And I guess you could also say the same thing about The Power of the Dog, because even though Coda was not, like, obviously, yeah, The Power of the Dog was not did not win Best Picture, but at the same time, like, Jane Campion was unequivocally sweeping Best Director. And so I think that allowed them to go, okay, so we can give Jane Campion her Oscar, but we can, you know, now give adapted screenplay to something else. Which, again, is kind of helping with the domino effect that allowed Coda to win Best Picture, and so on and so forth. So, what is my point here? Well, my point is that I think if Sinners or Sentimental Value is winning Best Picture, because, again, I do feel like it's going to be a chaotic year at first. We're not really going to know what's happening. I feel like we're going to see another big three sweep. Now, I will say, if Ryan Coogler manages to just bulldoze Best Director everywhere, even in BAFTA, then okay, things just got real. It's like, okay, so like, I guess Sinners could just take the Best Director, and that could allow Sentimental Value to win Original Screenplay. But that's the thing. I don't think Sinners is going to win the BAFTA for Director. I think, again, we're going to see a little bit of a split. And even then, at the Golden Globes, I'm not sure if Ryan Coogler's going to win there. I do feel like the Golden Globes and the BAFTAs are going to be more heavy towards Sentimental Value, and the Critics' Choice Awards and the Guilds are going to be more into Sinners. And if we have that kind of battle, I do feel like Sinners is going to prevail at the end with a director, screenplay, picture package, because again, when it's chaos, when there's at least initial chaos in the awards season, the Oscars tend to put all their eggs in one basket to make sure that their film, their favorite, can be the big winner. Even if it loses, director, well then, Sinners can at least win screenplay. So I feel like that's how it's going to go. Jay Kelly, I think, is a very smart move in original screenplay. That makes sense. Marty Supreme and After the Hunt, I don't have those. It was just an accident. Accident is actually technically tied with After the Hunt. I have more confidence in Accident because, especially recently, when you have international films in Best Picture, they tend to get screenplay nominations. Now, granted, I'm Still Here didn't, but I do feel like if voting was extended even more, then Accident then I'm Still Here probably could have gotten an adapted screenplay nomination. Even though, granted, adapted screenplay was also very, very competitive, but I don't know, I could probably see a world where Sing Sing gets taken out in favor of I'm Still Here, considering Sing Sing didn't get into Best Picture, so, yeah. Let's see, Black Bag, I don't think that's happening at all. Materialists, nope. Actually, if anything, I feel like original screenplay is so packed in that it's like I'm not even seeing all the contenders yet. Anemone, Ella McKay, I think you need to look out for Ella McKay. Let's see. Oh yeah, The Secret Agent and Rental Family. Yeah, those are ones I would also want to, put up on top. Oh wait, is that all? Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's, yeah, that does it for the Gold Derby predictions. Again, they don't have all of their categories as of yet, but this is interesting to see where everything is kind of going. Oh wait, I forgot. Let's also look at where the users are. Let's take a look at where users are going with all of this, shall we? Yeah, we could still go on for a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. All right. All right, audiences are mostly agreeing that, oh wow, so Sinners and Sentimental Value. Those are, those are the top two. All right, yeah, it makes sense. Wicked for Good is on number 3. Yeah, Jay Kelly really is at number 6, considering it's 32.31, whereas Marty Supreme is 72.05. But yeah, One Battle After Another. These are the highest ones right now. Begonia, Marty Supreme, Jay Kelly, Accident. Okay, so people have caught on to Accident. And Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. Oh, wow, After the Hunt. Actually, yeah, the only... wait. Yeah, there's only 2 that I really don't have in my top 10. I don't have Wicked for Good in my top 10, and I don't have Marty Supreme in my top 10. But still, it's good that the audience, that the users, have caught on to the can winner. It's like, you want to bet on that. That's a good bet to make. And again, Avatar, Fire and Ash, I just don't want to bet on not bet on a James Cameron film. Frankenstein, Secret Agent. At number 14, Secret Agent. Okay. Life of Chuck is really gone. Like, they have just abandoned it. Oh, boy. Rental Family. All right, this is on the rise. Yeah, Rental Family does seem to be like it's on the rise. Train Dream, Smashing Machine, Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Yep. Wait, is no one calling Ella McKay? I just realized there's no one's calling Ella McKay. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Oh, wait, no. Okay, like, 1% of users. Oh, wait, no, less than 1% of users. Oh, wait, no, yeah, wait, never mind. Yeah, 1% of users is predicting it to get nominated, so yeah. And 28 years later, that's just absolutely never going to happen. Oh, wow, so really, Joaquin Trier is number 1 for director. I mean, even though he's at number 2, when you look at it, it's 89.45, and Ryan Coogler is at 85.62, so that's interesting. And again, we have a steep drop-off to now at 61%. This is where people get a little bit, like, unsure of things. Paul Thomas Anderson, Jafar Panahi, Yorgo Lanthimos, yep. Wow, Noah Baumbach is that low on the list? He's even lower than Guillermo del Toro? I don't know about that. But yeah, kind of looking around. Yep. All right. Best Actress, Renate Reinsville's at number 1 for Sentimental Value. Okay. Then you have like Cynthia Erivo, Julia Roberts, Jessie Buckley, Jennifer Lawrence. Again, Jennifer Lawrence, I feel like people are really overestimating her. Emma Stone for Begonia. Yeah, Ella McKay. Yeah. Best Actor. All right, Michael B. Jordan's at number 3 for Sinners. Jeremy Allen White is actually at number 1, and not Timothée Chalamet, so that's interesting. What is the gold star? Does the gold star mean like 75% or above are predicting someone? I'm not exactly sure what the gold star is. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, George Clooney, Wagner Moura. I don't know if is it Wagner Moura or Wagner Moura? Because I know it could be pronounced either way, I think. But regardless, he's that high for... I'm not gonna lie, if you're gonna put, Wagner Moura that high for The Secret Agent, then you might want to put The Secret Agent in Best Picture. Colin Farrell for The Ballad of a Small Player. Daniel Day-Lewis for Anemone. Again, these are good odds. I think I'm gonna, put a Gold Derby thing down for that. Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. He's definitely on the rise. Kind of looking around. Yeah, nothing else is like really standing out to me that much. Supporting actress. Elle Fanning's practically #1 for for sentimental value. Wicked for Good is obviously doing very well. And wow, those are the only 2 actresses people are confident in. And so it looks like users are not as confident on Wunmi Mosaku as the experts are. So I'm wondering, But people are really buzzing over Inga. I'm very fast. I think she probably is like very solidly in, maybe. Haley Steinfeld for Sinners is doing better here than before. Kiss of the Spider-Woman. I don't know. I feel like because Steinfeld and Wunmi Mosaku are in what's potentially the Best Picture frontrunner, like I think you want to consider them, at least one of them, for the supporting actress 5. Mari Yamamoto, for Rental Family, she's on the rise. Jamie Lee Curtis. So yeah. Kind of looking around. All right. Supporting actor Stellan Skarsgård is the only one with over, wow, it's like he's at like 91.95% of users. Whereas then you get like a pretty big, then you have like, Jeremy Strong, Jay Kelly, Delroy Lindo, Miles Caden for Sinners still at number 8. And Jonathan Bailey is doing way better with users than with the experts. But yeah, Sean Penn, Andrew Garfield, Mark Hamill, Jack O'Connell for Sinners. That's interesting. And let's see, who else is very much missing? I'm not sure, because my memory is not all that amazing. But yeah, adapted screenplay, most people are saying one battle after another, although I don't know, I still feel like Bugonia is that strong. So Wake Up, okay, so it's not 75% because Wake Up Dead Man's at 76%. And it does not have a gold star. But then again, I don't know how I need to figure out what the gold star means. Hamnet and Deliver Me from Nowhere. This is almost the same as my best adapted screenplay 5. Just swap out Hamnet with some, I don't know what, honestly. Maybe Train Dreams? I don't know. Wait, is Nouvelle Vague original or adapted? I'm not sure. That's, Avatar Fire and Ash, Kiss the Spider-Woman, yep. Original screenplay. Again, so people are going with sentimental value. So people are going with sentimental value to win original screenplay and director, but so most people, or at least most users on Gold Derby are predicting sentimental value to win Best Picture, which again, I'm not so sure about that. I don't know, because it is an international film, and those don't really do well at the guilds, so I don't know. Because I don't think it's going to win, PGA. I don't think it's eligible for Writers Guild. Would it win SAG Ensemble over Sinners? I'm not sure. And, and then DGA, I just don't know if they would actually go for Joaquin Trier. So yeah. I forgot. Original screenplay. Accident, yeah. Honestly, yeah, the same top 4. It's just I don't have Marty Supreme or After the Hunt or Material. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're like, actually, wait, what do I have in original screenplay? I kind of forgot. Oh wait, yeah. Right now I have Rental Family, but Rental Family is again, it's on the rise. It's on the rise. So yeah, those are the Gold Derby, Oscar predictions. The first one's on Gold Derby. But now I'm going to pass the question off to you. What are your big swings that you're going to try and make on Gold Derby? What Gold Derby predictions do you think are going to help you, gain even more points? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. And be sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, you're going to be digging for gold in the Derby